Hello.
There she is. Oh! Looks so
Hi.
beautiful.
Oh, thank you. You
Oh
look
man.
beautiful too.
Can I just hire you as my stylist, please? I need some love.
Your hair looks amazing. Shut up.
You're so nice. This is like my studio is not finished kind of look, and I haven't washed it in 2 days.
Oh my God.
Never mind that this is going international, but
It's fine. We're in COVID. We should be more sweet and kind with ourselves. Like, look at my setting. I'm like by my balcony and like I have like this massage table behind me where I
ooh,
practice microblading in it.
is that what you do?
Um, like I am almost certified, still practicing, almost certified.
Oh, sister, I'm gonna have to come down there. I need a massage, girl. And
Not a
maybe some microblading. I'm not
massage,
sure if I could do that.
microblade. I don't know about massage. No skills in
You
there.
just do it on the massage table.
Yeah, it's because you know those like facial tables.
Yeah, because they're very comfortable, right?
Yeah,
I get it. Maybe I should just move a massage chair down here so I
I
can
use it.
work in my studio.
I use it sometimes, just like
I
when I
actually like that idea.
lay my back, like and just use my laptop.
That's total positive thinking. I love it. I love
How are you
that.
doing?
I'm pretty good. We are, but I've got like back-to-back recordings, or I think almost 15 people are live, but there's several people whose schedules are just crazy. I've got 15 different time zones. So
Okay,
it's
you.
crazy to work with. I'm like, okay, Brazil is 17 hours ahead, China 14, England 8, Saudi Arabia 11,
Oh,
Australia
you're
19,
talking to
Sri
people from
Lanka
Saudi
13 and a
Arabia.
half. I've got you, and I just got another confirmation from another girl that I have kind of privately coached, and then another guy that I taught way back when I first moved to San Diego. So there's three of you guys, and there's a Kuwaiti coming on. And at
Nice.
first I thought it was only going to be you, but now I've got more confirmation that just came in.
That's beautiful. That's
I know,
beautiful.
I'm so excited. Got all these different countries, and I just really hope it's going to be an amazing summit and everybody is helped. I've got different buckets of like categories that they can help people in. I've got some amazing speakers coming on, like business and finance. A guy that's got like a $50 million company a year. He's coming on to teach us some strategies. I've got a 30 under 30 Forbes guy come in to talk about how he did that. Um,
30
and
under
just a whole
30.
smattering of things, like a president of a university in San Diego. She's also an author, some industry disruptors. So I'm working hard, girlfriend. You know,
I
I
can.
lost all my jobs during COVID. So I had to do like a hard pivot. I was like, I think I should write a book and call it The Hard Pivot, because I have had to change everything in my life to just total transfer over to this coaching and trying to bring value to people from across the globe.
I mean, if anything, I think it's a thing for you. Like you've always been like a light of like sunshine in our lives when you would teach us like an ALI.
You're
And
so sweet. I was just interviewing Dasul Choi from Japan, and she literally called me sunshine as well. That is so
see, so
sweet.
it's true. I remember like days that you would come to class and bring your guitar and like sing for us. Those are like the best days. Also, we wouldn't have like classes, so you'd just sing for us. So like,
That's what I should do. If
yeah,
I was smart, I would start out this international virtual summit playing a little song for people,
you can still
lulling them in.
edit it.
I can add it. That's what I'll do. I'll just show up live with my guitar. They'll be like, wait a minute, what kind of summit is this? I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm just trying to get an international audience for my music. Just kidding, everybody.
that
um,
would be awesome though.
well, shall we dive in? Let's
Yeah,
dive in.
let's go.
Oh, let's tell people how we know each other first. So this is Rania Al Sawad. Did I say it right?
Yeah, perfect.
And she's from Saudi Arabia. Which part?
Eastern province.
So is that
Like
near,
Dammam, Khobar, Sayhat. I'm from a town called Sayhat. So
are,
small town.
are you near the ocean?
Yes. Not it does it's called sea. It's not
The
ocean. When
sea?
I
Yeah.
tell ocean, people are like, it's not the ocean. I'm like, okay, whatever. Sea. So yeah, we're close to that. Very close.
And tell the audience how we know each other.
So Ginger used to be my teacher in ALI like in 2012, I think. I don't remember in particular which semester.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, but I think it was like or one of the earliest semester. So yeah.
And when she says ALI, because there's a bunch of different countries on here, that's the American Language Institute at San Diego State University. So, and I was one of her English as a foreign language teachers. She's amazing. As you can
You're
see,
amazing too. I think the class was speaking, I think. I think it
I
was a
did a lot of speaking and a lot of grammar there because I'm like the grammar queen.
yeah.
And I can make it fun, like most people are like phobic of grammar, but I had all my people up and interviewing, doing games of Clue. Do you remember all the different games I would do?
Yeah, yeah. We were like Ginger's like it's good, but like especially like the students that struggled with speaking with me, like thank God like my mom like was Filipino, so I had to speak English in our household.
Oh,
But
that's
like
where you get all your.
students were learning hard.
Yeah, it's
We're
hardcore
putting
learning, right?
hard.
But why take a language class if you don't actually want to learn to speak it, right?
Exactly.
One of the biggest complaints I used to get all the time is that their language teachers in their countries weren't actual English speakers and had
No,
never studied in a native speaking country. And so they never knew if the English they were using is actually,
that is true. That's correct.
good English.
And like especially with international students, when we would be done from class, our friends, because we get homesick, our friends are people from our culture.
Yeah,
So until we went to the university, we didn't really mingle with a lot of Americans, so like having an hour and a half of like practice every
right.
day was like solid time.
Yeah. And it's really one of the only times you get to speak to other people using English, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's,
also you won't get shy because everybody is learning, everybody's in a learning environment, so
yeah.
it would help.
Yeah, it's helpful because we're all making the same mistakes. And so it's okay because you kind of blend in.
Yeah,
But you
yeah,
can't learn if you don't make mistakes, right?
that's true.
I'm
That's
totally falling forward right now. Like I'm learning to be an entrepreneur and a coach. And I'm like, dude, I'm just going. And if I fall on my face, then I will know one way not to do it. And I'll just keep going.
exactly. Just keep on going. Whenever you stumble on something, keep on going. We believe in you.
Done is better than perfect, right?
Exactly.
So, Rania, what are you doing now?
Okay, now I am currently working in the US under CPT, which is doing a degree and working. So I'm getting my master's, my MBA in marketing.
Oh, I'll have
Yeah,
to hire you when you're done.
yeah. I finished
I
my
need help with my MailChimp. Can you help me?
yeah, I need practice in that too because like like since I graduated, I just done graphic design because I graduated in San Diego State University in graphic design. I
Uh-huh.
worked for a year because
Congratulations, by the
thank
way.
you. You get to do OPT for a year, which is like if you're a foreign student, you get to work for a whole year in the US, which is good
Oh,
experience.
that's
I
great.
recommend everyone to do it. And then when I finished my OPT, I was like, I'm still not ready to go back home. I feel like I want to gain more experience in the US because gaining experience in the US is like really valuable back in our country. And so I was like, let me do my master's and I could work and study at the same time. And so gain experience and get a
Good
degree.
job. What are you going to do afterwards?
I think afterwards, I'll see my opportunities in the US and if I could like build my portfolio and have a stronger portfolio in a way that when I go back to Saudi, I just start a business because I have so much experience.
Are you
Then
going to
here,
start it there?
yeah, it's easier. It's easier if I get a chance to do it here. Why not? I do freelancing here and there, just designing stuff for friends. Like one of my
You can
friends,
help me.
yeah, one of
I
my
need
friends
it. I'm
asked
not a graphic
for,
designer.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
That's the nice thing. I'm trying to constantly think about positive things that have come out of 2020, and one of them is, on one hand, a lot of us lost our jobs, including myself, but on the other, we're pivoting and we're doing it online. So it's made it easier for careers all across the fields to work online if they want to, because more and more people are comfortable with it now. So even though you go back to Saudi Arabia, you'll probably be able to work a graphic design business
Yeah,
anywhere in the world.
Yeah, and the company that I'm working with is like thinking to expand their UK base, and they have like headquarters in the US and New Zealand, and I think they're going to expand to the Middle East. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, that'd be so cool. You get to be on the front end of that.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to launch into the interview. And which part of your journey do you want to tell me about? Do you want to tell me about um, learning English or learning your degree in English, like a language that is not your native tongue? Or would you like to talk about some of the obstacles and the transformation you've made in like your degree and the path that you're on currently?
Yeah, I think the path that I am currently in, like what I stumbled in my degree. So,
Okay, let's
yeah.
do that. So tell me about your journey with the path that you're on right now.
Um,
How'd you get into it?
like the work that I'm in, or like how am I here right now at
It's
this?
graphic design, right? Is that the story you want to tell us? Tell
Yeah.
us the story that gives us your biggest transformation from Rania pre college, pre speaking fluent English, and pre graphic design degree to
Okay.
where you are now.
So, Rania pre everything, it was a completely different person, as you remember. Ginger, like I was probably a little bit shy, kind of
I think I
outgoing.
remember that.
Um, kind of my culture was like I was very tied to my culture based on like family wanting me to, not me wanting to. And so like being in the US was an amazing experience for me because I kind of find my voice and what I wanted to do and
Oh,
how
so
I
good.
wanted to act, and just like kind of drawing your path for yourself. Because like
Hmm.
when you're stuck in your like, I love my country, but when you're stuck in your country, you kind of don't adapt your own belief system. You kind of just copy other people or be like
Hmm.
other people, or kind of not kind of understanding why do you do things. Like for instance, why do you wear a certain wear of clothing other than the certain wear of clothing? Like, do you want to do this, or is it like told to you to do this, so a lot of like kind of drawing my own path. So this
Yep.
is like one of the things that I love about like me getting my education here in the US, because I feel like I've shaped my personality the way I want it. I'm still not there,
Uh huh.
but I know things that is hindering me in myself that I don't like, that I'm trying to, like, for myself
Hmm.
change it, not for
Hmm.
anyone else, because
Hmm.
I see it and I don't like it, and I want
Right.
to change it for me. And so like a lot of that things changed throughout my experience here in the US. um I think everything was a coincidence that happened to me, but there's no coincidence in life. There's no coincidence.
No,
Like,
there's design.
yeah, like you take opportunities and you go with it, and it's how you take the opportunity. Like for graphic design, I got into that major. I was supposed to be a pre-med student.
Oh, I remember that now. I
I,
do.
yeah, I was going to be a
Yeah.
biology student. I saw my siblings in that field. I didn't like the books, the material, everything. I was like, this is not me. And one day I was in an elevator, heard a girl tell a guy that she's in graphic design, and went home, searched what it was, and here I am. And it was
That's
actually
what you were
like,
doing. Is that how you learned really good English? You were just like listening to elevator conversations.
oh,
You're like, I'm going to the 20th floor.
I'll be looking at you, Ginger, but you'll see me do this, and I'm just listening to other people's conversation.
You're like, uh-huh, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, graphic design noted. That's great.
Yeah.
And now you're here.
And now I'm here, and it's not easy. It's not easy, but I always tell myself, like, everything is temporary. Enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Like just like having that independence is amazing. Like adulting, I hate adulting. It sucks. I just wish I was a kid and my family would pay my
But you can
bills.
stay like young at heart. You can stay
Yeah. Yeah,
childlike on the
exactly.
inside.
But I feel like here in the US, I got to adult. I got to pay the bills, and
Mm.
actually me paying the bills from my own like income, like just
Mm-hmm.
it's different. And because you have your own salary, you have your own, you can do this back home, but still, you have your family support. Here, I have my siblings, but we are all going through the same thing. So we're supporting each other, but we can't really like help each other. You know what I mean? So
It's growth. It's such a good feeling to grow, to
yeah,
become a bigger and better version of yourself. And a lot of people don't. They like stay at where they graduated, maybe. Because, the train tracks end after college, and it's
yeah,
like, where do we go from here? You're going to have to get out. You can walk, you can bike, you can balloon, you can get a car, but you have to blaze your own trail after that. But a
true.
lot of people just kind of stay the person that they were when they graduated. I love people like you who are self-introspective. You're considering yourself, you're examining yourself. Okay, what's this? I want to transform this part of my life. That's the name of my summit, by the way. Transform Your Life Summit, because
Yeah,
it's all these peoples from across careers and fields and how they are continually transforming themselves and how they got from point A to point B. Okay, I'm going to ask you, what was, you can say more than one, what were some of the obstacles that have been the hardest challenges for you on this road to adulting and independence and growth and strength, paying your own bills, getting your degree in another language? It's tough,
yeah.
tough. In
That is
another country.
that is definitely something that I like. One of the things that I struggle with when I started my bachelor degree is reading in English, because
Mm,
in the English school they taught us how to read, but they didn't teach us how to actually read the book.
yeah.
And actually, we were given papers like 3, 4, 5. If it was a lot, it was 6 pages. It
Mm.
never happens. But to actually have a book, it's hard. You need to
You have to be able
have
to
a
take
book
notes.
to
Uh-huh.
teach you how to read a book. That's what I say. Because not everybody can read a book.
Mm.
You can lose
You
focus.
can, yeah, you can
Yeah.
say the words, but you don't know
What
how to
is
organize the ideas that you're taking in.
exactly? And that is like one of the struggles, like the reading it. And in every university, not every professor is good. Not every professor cares. And so that's one of the struggles. You have to care more than the professor.
Yeah, that's true.
You
You
have
have to
to,
care for yourself. You have to own it. Once you
yeah,
take ownership, I used to say it all the time. How can I help my students take ownership of their own learning? Because I can make these amazing lessons, I can make it interesting, I can make it interactive, but at the point that they own it for themselves is when they go to the next level.
true, true.
So, do you have like reading hacks? How
Mm.
did you discover to make reading easier?
So for me, I used to not read. Like I didn't have reading as my hobby. Now I love to read, and I don't have the time to read, Ginger, but what I do is I have Audible.
I have Audible too.
And I just like listen to the books while I drive, while I go somewhere, when I'm working. But I tend to listen to it not one time, maybe 2 or 3 times, because if you're doing something else, you always going to pick up a different idea. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Hacks while reading, I'm just gentle and kind with myself. I'm a slow reader. I tell myself, you do you. I just have like a pencil and I line the things that I want. Let me see if I have, I don't know if I
I,
have, I think
I
I
want to show you my books because the way I read is hilarious. It's kind of savage.
let's see this.
Oh, lovely. And
I
are they
did.
color coded or you're just tabbing pages that you really liked?
I'm tabbing pages with like information that I want to go back to. And I felt like
Gotcha.
I need to learn more about this. Show me yours.
Um, I will have to get up off of camera, but and I will, I'll go grab one. But the way that I read is, you know how there's margins in most books? I love
Yeah.
the writers that leave like larger
Space.
margins.
Yeah.
I have conversations between the author and myself. Oh, that's not true. Or that's interesting. Or these are the 3 points they're making right here. And I have like all these notes to myself. Or
I
if
love
I disagree with the author, I like literally tell them, well, what's wrong with that is because I'm teaching myself. So I'm immediately taking the information that I'm reading and kind of organizing it into thoughts for myself because I never go back and read that whole book again.
yeah.
So all I have to do is like glance in the margins and like, oh, those are the 3 things I took from that passage, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and it's very helpful because you're more interactive as you're reading, so it keeps you focused. Like you said, it's hard to stay focused, especially in another language. When you're reading, it's hard to stay focused completely, like in general, in
Yeah.
life nowadays. We've got phones and notifications on 5 different social media apps, and roommates or family coming in and interrupting us. There's so much distraction. It's really hard to focus. So one of the best ways that you can do it is take notes to yourself basically while you're reading.
That's a good thing. I'm
I
gonna
like
try
it.
doing that. I just put lines and then like the tabs say ideas that is in
See,
that line.
that's good.
Yeah. So I
That's
know
an
where to go.
organizational format. What?
So I know where to go back. So the only thing I need to add is the notes to the margins. So
Yeah, I like to do that. Well, I'm working on a journal, so I can offer it in my coaching program later on, like in 2021. And I want to leave large margins for like notes to self, not just like the things that you have to do that day, but this is the item that I'm working on for self transformation. And this is how I felt I did on it, because I write all over my journals and there's never enough room. And I've just started doing that this year. I learned this from Hal Elrod, but because I like write myself a lot of notes.
look at
I don't know
that.
how personal this stuff is. This is called the Desire Map Day Planner. But like here, I want to show you like, because I write so much in it, you can't even tell. But like, here. So it's got like a place for like 3 major to-do things, right? But I end up writing all over it, like notes to myself, ideas, things that I'm doing that day, and thoughts that I have, things that I'm learning, people that I spoke to. And I thought, once a year, I go back and I type a summary out for myself of all the things that I learned that year.
Oh,
It's
nice.
kind of like a gift to myself. I usually do it on my birthday, which just passed. This year, I'm going to have to do it at the end of the year.
Yeah.
It is so good. It's just such a good summary kind of thing to do for yourself. Like, oh my gosh, I did learn that like 9 months ago.
Yeah.
Why
I
am I
love
still
that.
doing that? Like I noted to myself, stop doing XYZ at night or whatever, so, and making the summary helps make it real, because we are really good teachers of ourselves, especially if we take the time to write it down and think about it. And it's just follow through. It's getting clarity. James Clear, he wrote that book called Atomic Habits. And
Mhm.
I love what he said. He said, a lot of people think that they lack the motivation or like the self-discipline to achieve their goals, but usually what they lack is clarity. So if you can get clear on, what you think, what you want, where you're going, what you want to do,
Yeah.
it's actually more transformative than getting better motivation or like cheerleaders or people in your corner. It's the clarity that helps bring the transformation. Isn't that good?
I totally agree with that.
I love that.
I would say when you have clarity, you would have dedication to that clarity because you can already see it. It's just a matter of building small goals or small steps to get to
Hmm.
there.
That's why he called his book Atomic Habits, actually.
I like that. I'm gonna read that.
Because the atom has like, it's teeny tiny, right? But if
Yeah.
you blow one up, it has so much energy. So he said, your habits, even if, especially if you start with like tiny ones, little ones, it can end up having massive change because there's so much power in those little things that we do every day. So like for me, my one tiny habit I'm trying to change this year, and I'm going to do it before 2020
What
ends.
is it? What is it?
This is like a miracle. It's totally atomic. I am shifting from being a night owl to a morning person.
Like
I
a
know.
morning.
I have to do it. So, because I can't get my day done if I don't. Because
Yeah.
I end up staying up to like, I can stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning.
Ooh,
As a night owl, I can't get up at 4 or 5 in the morning. So I want to switch that. I want to turn that on its head, where I'm the person that's getting very clear on what I want to do the next day, the night before, so that I don't stay up
ah,
all night. That's another book I'd like to write. Morning starts at night. It starts the night before.
that is true. There's a good book called What People Do Before Work and
What
What
people
People
do.
Do. And there's also another one, What People Do in the Weekend.
Okay.
And so what people
I'm
do
writing
in
it down.
teaches you how you planned ahead what you're going to do on the weekend so you finish what you have in the weekdays. And also what people do before breakfast is how your brain is at this fullest and you're calmer, where you kind of receive information more,
Uh-huh.
and you're more able and you're more charged. And so like when you do this before breakfast, you're able to do more work.
Yeah, they say
So
I think it's called beta waves. When you come out of sleep, you're in a different wavelength in your brain than you are uh, later after you eat, after you get going.
okay.
So it's better to do those things and plan your day. You win the morning, you win the day, they say. I just finished reading this book by Hal Elrod called The Miracle Morning,
Ooh,
and
look at us. Book.
he convinced me to do it. The Miracle Morning. He has an amazing story himself. Well, you stole my next question. I was going to say, do you have a book or an app or anybody you listen to, like on YouTube or Instagram, that you follow that you think is really helpful to help you achieve goals?
Ooh, yes. Oh my God. I have a lot of people. I have a lot of books. I love self-help books,
Me
but
too.
what I'm currently reading, like my book setting here is weird. What I'm currently reading and I'm loving is Stop Missing Your Life.
Nice. I haven't even heard of that.
It's a really good book. So it kind of teaches you different kind of stuff, but mostly how to live in the present, because we always think about the future.
Yeah.
We always think about what happened to us in the past, but we're never here and now.
Yeah.
And so how to be here and now is by meditation and all of that. And it gives you tips about meditation, how to live in here and now. Um, and I'm also listening to, so I'm reading this book. I'm listening to Think Like a Monk.
Think like a monk.
That's a good one. It also gives you tip on like how I feel like a lot of these like self-help books, like they tab onto each other, like they
Yeah.
kind of complete each other. And How to Think Like a Monk. I haven't been far into it, but I love how one part of it says, you're not like a solver for the world, but what you can do to help other people is direct them to people who can help them. Because if you're a swimmer but you're not the best swimmer and someone drowns, you would want to call the lifeguard, because if you went in helping them,
Right.
you're going to drown.
Yeah, that's what this summit is.
Yeah.
So
See?
what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pull all these people together to help in other areas that I might not be great at yet. And I can point other people. I'm really hoping that's what happens. I'm hoping and praying that people will be able to develop some lasting change and make some really clear goals for themselves so that they can transform themselves in 2021, just like what I have to do. It's a
Definitely.
major pivot for me, my hard pivot, right? Coming 2021, Ginger's new book. But I really want to get a couple more ideas from you, because I know you have to go to work because you are a hardworking woman.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I mean, maybe you can throw this out there. Saudi Arabian independent woman
There's
living in
a lot of us.
California.
We just don't like to come out, but there's a lot of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, what's the best advice you have for women like that, about overcoming any kind of challenges, going to be independent, going out there, getting their degrees, getting a job,
Yeah.
other languages, other cultures?
Couple of advice. First advice is always remember that the moment that you're in is temporary. And so that means you need to enjoy it at its fullest. If
Mm-hmm.
it's a happy moment, you need to enjoy it. If it's not that happy, make it pleasant. And if not, remember, it's temporary. It's gonna pass.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everything's gonna pass, and you just need to make it count. Another thing, if you are struggling and there's a struggle in your life and you think it's a dead end, it's not a dead end.
Mm-hmm.
We all struggle, and struggles makes us stronger,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Like I've been through struggles that like I share, and sometimes I don't tend to share because they're personal, but
Mm.
I've grew out of them, and it makes me what I am now. I'm still struggling. I'm not saying it ended, but hey, I know that just have a positive outcome and things are going to be good. Just keep telling yourself this, and don't worry to seek help. People are willing to help you. You are
Mhm.
actually making people helpful. People want to be helpful. You're making
Yeah.
them helpful by asking for help.
Yeah. It's
So
true. And it gives them a chance to do something meaningful with their lives. If we
that's
don't
true.
let other people help us, they can't be helpers. So they're just takers, 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 right? What does the world become if we're all this obese receivers? It's part of the problem with having so much information at our fingertips these days is everybody's receiving, receiving, receiving. And you just can't take so much of that.
Yeah,
Eventually, you got to pour a little bit out on other people, you know? So I say do it in a way that really lights you up, you know? Pour it out in graphic design if you can totally do that like a rock star. If you're like me, you're going to have to do it like a coach or a teacher, however you can do it. But that's where your joy will come. Your purpose will come when you're helping other people, not when you're just stuck on yourself. If you're looking at yourself too much, you won't be able to have vision out there for where's
definitely,
my life going, you know?
definitely.
Too much inside stuff. Okay, well, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I did want to ask you, um, what did you enjoy, if you remember,
Mm,
about having me as a personal teacher slash coach? Because that's what I'm pivoting into. So I want to be able to repeat successes. Was there something that you really enjoyed about having me as a teacher slash coach?
definitely. As I mentioned, like the music part, but what's good about the music part is like the singing part is Ginger, you are serious when it's time to be serious, and you're strict when it's time to be strict, but then you also do it in a fun manner. And I think that's what matters. Like growth shouldn't be like, just do it right now. You have to do it or you're gonna die. No.
Mm,
It's a combination between having fun and being strict with yourself. So a little bit of enjoyment, a little bit of both. Maybe stricter more, not you stricter more, but like as a person that wants to grow, you need to be stricter with yourself more, but also you should enjoy the journey.
mm. I
So
keep
that's
hearing
what I
that from you
learned
today.
from the classes where you were learning. You were strict, but also you were fun. You were strict because you cared.
Mm.
And it's not like strict, like it was strict fun. It's like you always did it with a laugh. So
And
yeah,
hopefully you do. Hopefully you do. If I'm the only one that's laughing, that's a little scary.
no, we all, yeah, we were laughing. Yes, definitely.
I hear loud and clear from what you're saying today that your situation is what you make it. So uh, even if it's hard or if it's good, um, it depends on what you decide to think about it because we get to name them. We get to name the situations we go through. Were they learning experiences? Were they opportunities or were they tragedies and sabotage? So we get to pick how to view them. I hear that from you a lot today, and that make it count. Um, when you can choose happy, um, and when you can't, so sometimes we have situations imposed on us, right? Like a coronavirus, for
Yeah,
example,
yeah,
which I don't think
exactly.
anybody would pick that, but you remember that it's temporary and you get to decide what it means. Tony Robbins says that a lot. You assign the meaning. What does it mean? Because it means something different to me than it does to other teachers that also lost their jobs. You know, at San Diego State, where we were at in the ALI, we went from hundreds of students to 30. So you have to, as a teacher, you have to decide, does this mean unemployment to me or does it mean something else, a chance to pivot my life into something I've been wanting to do for a long time and I could help more people because now I'll be online and I can go to all these different countries. You have to decide the meaning. And at first I didn't start there. I mean, I was traumatized, right? All my jobs, everything gone. But like I was joking with a friend on LinkedIn the other day, he was congratulating for me for my new role, and it was my website that I created, and I said, yeah, I couldn't get any job teaching English as a foreign language anywhere, so I created one for myself. in coaching. And he goes, I think we're all going to be doing that very soon. I think we're going to have to create places for ourselves. And
Creating
I was
jobs.
like, woo, well, then I'm glad I'm ahead of the curve on that one.
Exactly. And you have like so much connections with these students and like people that they know that you never know where all this will take you. So let's just enjoy the journey and see what happens.
There we go. Well, I wish you very well. Do you want anybody, if people wanted to get in touch with you, do you want me to put any Instagram handle, contact like that, or are,
Definitely. I can give you my LinkedIn and people could like reach out, ask me
okay.
questions. I'll definitely be happy to answer their questions. Just know that I might take a while because I have a busy life, but
Well, you're busy.
yeah,
You
but
have two
definitely
jobs.
I'll get back. Yeah, I'll get back to them.
Okay. Um, well, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you wanted to say that I didn't ask about that you want to put out there into the world for people who are listening?
Not really. I think this was perfection, and I'm glad that I got to see you and talk to you.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait to see you.
Same.
Next time you come up to Big Bear, you need to
I
come
think
to
it's
me.
gonna be
Let
soon. Like,
me,
yeah,
I need
definitely.
to make you a fire in my fireplace and a cup of hot cocoa.
Okay.
Oh yeah, girl, come on.
I will. You know what? You know what? I want to go skiing, so I might
You
actually take you on.
should. Yeah,
I
it's
might take
cold.
you on that. All
Well,
right.
it's about that time of year. I just want to thank you so much. And I hope that you will either watch the summit or the replay when it comes up on Friday.
Okay. Okay, dear. Take care, and thank you for having me.
Okay, stay there for 1 second. I'm just going to end the recording.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, wait.